So a couple of key things before we get started. As you start doing this and you get a little bit more in your routine, you won't have to check these things every time you do your eyebrows. However, if you're just starting out and you're wanting to know, how do I get my arch right? How far do I take my tail? Because you don't want to get roasted on social and there's so many memes and stuff out there about it. Here's how you check. So your arch, you want to be diagonally from your pupil. So you just kind of want to set your liner here and see, you can see exactly where your point goes. Right about there. And then your tail should be diagonal from the end of your eye. If you want to, you can set points there to kind of help you guide, but it'll become really easy as you start doing the shading and getting your lines right to just check and then clean up. So for the purpose of this tutorial, I purposefully did not get my brows touched up. As you guys can see, they're pretty dusty and stuff all over the place. I kept it like that because I wanted to show everyone that has their eyebrows on fleek aren't always fresh from a wax or a tweeze or anything like that. You can use these techniques to really clean up your brows and make them look good. So it's perfect for when you're in between, and then when you are all cleaned up, it's just so crisp and so fresh. What I'm gonna do to start out is go ahead and take this pencil. I'm gonna line underneath, and then I'm gonna go up top. A lot of people will keep this fairly thin, but I don't mind. I do the bottom a little bit darker, and then the top line is gonna come out a little thin. And I just start in basically right at where my nose starts, because I have some eyebrow here. It's really, really light, but we're gonna fill that in. And you wanna start where your hair starts, so don't go down too far. Where the darkest portion of where you have hair is at, that's where you're gonna start your line. And just follow your brows. And again, remember your point. Then we're gonna do the top. Okay, and we're gonna check. Good. If you're doing the outlines and you realize that the natural flow of your eyebrows are a little bit different than the arch points that we talked about in the beginning, definitely follow the shape of your brows. You don't want to create a whole different brow just because you think the point should be there. I think that's when people's eyebrows start to look a little funny and definitely not natural. So work with those points for guidelines. I don't have a lot of brow, as you can see. Like, I have a lot of really sparse places, a lot of spottiness. So for me, the points help to get a more naturally shaped eyebrow. But if your point is out here or something else in this natural flow, follow that and just outline the areas that are already there. Okay, now that I have a general shape, it's messy and it's not gonna stay like this. I'm gonna tighten it up, of course, but that just gives me a outline of where my brow is gonna go. I'm gonna go in with this. This is just a flat brush, and I'm just gonna use this to touch my line up. Just gonna go right over that pencil. This will fade it out a little bit and also let me clean it up. And back to that eyebrow pencil, and I'm just gonna fill in. I shade from front to back and then I spoolie it out. Some people will say don't shade in your front, but I like to, just so I can control how the fade looks. And just lightly, I'm gonna go up and create little strokes. The tail part I fill in a little darker, just because I think that looks more natural. And then we're gonna go in with that flat brush and just kind of blend all of this out. And it's fine if you go a little bit out, that doesn't really matter. I'm gonna add some more here. Now that you have your brow shaped and filled in, you're gonna go in with a spoolie. This is just one on the back of an eyeliner, and you're gonna brush all of it, but for sure focus on the front so you can fade it out. This will push the product a little bit all over the place and make your lines not look as crisp, but that's totally fine. There's another step after this. Now I'm gonna go in with concealer, clean everything up and make it look super crisp. I use LA Girl Pro Concealer, and this is in the color Fawn. I don't know if you guys can see that. And then I'm just gonna use a flat brush. This is Luxe 221, and it's just a flat concealer brush. Flat definer brush, excuse me. And I'm just gonna squeeze out some of this. I put it on the back of my hand just so I can kind of see it, manipulate it, and it gets a little warm. Dab my brush in there. I always start under just because I don't know, I just like to start under first to get the shape right, and go right up under, and you're gonna crisp your lines out and reshape this brow, like really define that shape out. Then we're gonna pull it down so it will blend. This will help you not have that like super underlined halo brow. Okay, then we're gonna do the exact same thing, get a little product on the brush, and we're gonna go in and do the top. Stay as close as you would like. I mean, if you think your brows are too thick, this is the way to skinny them up. Just remember that everything you touch with the concealer is going to disappear, so be careful. and just blend that out. And we're all done. See, too easy. What'll that take? Like 3 minutes or so? Not that bad. No brow. Brow. No brow. Brow. Easy peasy. Thanks, guys.